Friends, I welcome you once again for today's morning class. This is English online class, and we have been having the last lesson since the last 3 days. So, this is the fifth day of this lesson, and we move on to the next slide and next part uh, of the lesson. So, I am Milind Jamnekar, PGT English from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Saputara, District Dang. So, dear friends, we have read and studied in our earlier lessons about Mr. M. Hamel and Franz, the both key figures of this lesson. This particular lesson shows the utmost patriotism of Mr. M. Hamel and the innocence and the negligence of Franz as a schoolboy. So at the same time, this lesson poses a question before us that most of the time we take our life, we take everything very much optional, and we do not think of the future, what will happen in the future. So, once again, I am with you with the next part. This is the last lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Dear friends, in the previous lesson we have seen that it was the last lesson of Mr. M. Hamel, and all the students and the folks gathered in the class to bid farewell to Mr. Hamel. Franz, who is the key figure in the story, was shocked to know that Mr. Hamel was going to leave them and he no longer learned French now. Mr. Hamel was the French teacher, and as we have earlier studied, again and again I am telling you that the two cities, Alsace and Lorraine, so one of the two cities, Alsace, is referred to here. In the Alsace city, Mr. M. Hamel, the French teacher, was serving, he was giving his services since 40 years teaching French, but he did not get any kind of support from the people there, because they were very much poor. They sent their children to the mills and farms to earn some money, and basically they did not have that proper education and proper awareness about education and the about the language. And Mr. Hamel always tried very hard to make them learn French and tell them that only language can save you from any kind of slavery. Now the moment comes that the German forces, the Prussian forces led by Bismarck, have overpowered and occupied both the cities, and the people of Alsace are now in the occupation of others. So from now onwards, French will not be their mother tongue. French language, they will not learn French language there. Only German will be taught in the school. So new German teacher is on his way, and this is the last day of Mr. M. Hamel, and he was very much sorry for, especially for Franz, but he did not blame only Franz, for the failure to learn French positively and nicely, but he said that most of the folks, his parents, he himself also all these all are responsible for this failure. He also emphasized the importance of learning our mother tongue, learning French, and he also expressed his views regarding French language, that French language is the best language and the most beautiful language in the whole globe. So, this is the lesson. I have taken this picture from internet from you, my dear friends. This is the picture for you of Mr. M. Hamel's class. See the students. One of the students must be Frank, and this is Mr. M. Hamel. Yes. Now, a short summary. When the village men realize that their mother tongue French will no longer be taught to them, they realize its importance, and suddenly they will develop an inclination towards learning French. They attend the last lesson of French, bring their old torn primers to learn the language, which shows their eagerness. Primer means, my dear friends, the old elementary book of, for example, the books of A for apple, B for ball, C for cat. Yes, so it is called as primers. They regret putting off learning French to the next day. Now finally the last lesson has arrived and they cannot read their own language. They are ashamed of themselves and realize that the Germans have overpowered them due to their lack of their own language. This is one of the reasons that the French, the Germans have overpowered, the Persian forces have overpowered French cities. Now, see from the text, this is the picture of the textbook. We will read. After the grammar, we had a lesson in writing. After the grammar lesson, yes, grammar lesson of participles, yes, participles, in which France would not be able to express anything regarding participles. That day, M. Hamel had new copies for us. M. Hamel, Mr. Hamel, brought new notebooks for all the students, written in a beautiful round hand, France, Alsace, France, Alsace, and in each copy, these words were written, France, Alsace, and on the each table, you see, that copy was put by Hamel, Mr. Hamel. They looked like little flags floating everywhere in the schoolroom. So all over the room, the notebooks, beautiful written France, Alsace, they looked like the little flags of France floating everywhere in the schoolroom, hung from the rod at the top of our decks. You ought to have seen how everyone set to work, and everyone was busy solving the writing work of given by Mr. Hamel. France is the speaker of this story, my dear friends. So we have been reading, learning and studying this story in the eyes of France. You ought to have seen how everyone set to work and how quiet it was. Everywhere there was complete peace, because this is the last lesson. This is the farewell lesson, farewell day of Mr. Hamel. So everywhere there was complete peace and solemnness. The only sound was the scratching of the pens over the paper. The only sound was there, scratching of the pens. Once some beetles flew in, but nobody paid any attention to them. Once some beetles flew in, some mosquitoes, some beetles, they flew in with their humming sounds, but nobody paid any attention to them. Not even the littlest one, not even the small child. They were also very much eager to learn French, and they knew that this is their last lesson, and from now onwards they will not be able to study French. But nobody paid any attention to them, not even the littlest ones who worked right on tracing their fish hooks, as if that was French too. On the roof, the pigeons cooed very low, as if they were very much sad. They were cooing very much low, and I thought to myself, this is the very important line, the key line of this lesson, my dear friends. Franz seemed to think, he was thinking whether the Prussian forces would make the pigeons also sing in German, cooing in German. So the answer is no, my dear friends. You cannot take back someone's mother tongue from someone else, whether it is a bird, whether it is a human being or an animal. The mother tongue is always a mother tongue, and it is the strength and power that no one would be able to take this from you. It will be so. You see, Mr. M. Hamel, he was very much eager to teach everyone their mother tongue. So this is the very nice line, dear friends. Which one? Yes. Will they make? Will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? Now, this is the explanation. After the grammar lesson, they had the lesson of writing. That day, Mr. M. Hamel had new copies for them. He gave them new notebooks with France Alsace written on them. They looked like little flags of France floated everywhere in the schoolroom. Franz observed that everyone was wrapped, means completely busy in the work given by their teacher. There was complete peace in the room. The only sound was the sound of the pen of their writing. Once some beetles flew with their humming sound, but no one paid any attention to them. Franz considered the pigeons sitting on the roof of the class as the students. The coo sound of the pigeons could be heard in the class, and Franz wondered that would the German soldiers uh, force the pigeons to sing in German also. The writer says that any mother tongue comes naturally to a being and it cannot be forced upon anyone. You cannot change someone's mother tongue from French to German. And that is why this lesson is symbolizing something. Now, Franz is disheartened when he comes to know that he can no longer learn his own language, French. Their district has been captured by Germany, and now German will be taught to them. Franz feels that mother tongue comes to a person naturally. He is born with it, and no one can snatch it away. Just like the pigeons make the coo sound irrespective of the country from which they are. See, similarly, human beings also communicate to their mother tongue, as the Germans are trying to impose their language on the French. So, similarly, France feels that they will teach the pigeons also to coo in German language. He has given this example to highlight his point that language is a natural mode of communication and it cannot be imposed, forced on someone else. My dear friends, this is the key point of this lesson, that language cannot be imposed. The mother tongue is mother tongue always. Language cannot be imposed whether you belong to any area or uh, any country or any state. सो जस्ट लाइक पिजन, जैसे जैसे कोई पंछी होते हैं, कबूतर, उनका कू साउंड है, ठीक, तो जिस तरीके से आप वो किसी भी देश में चले जाए वो अपना वही साउंड करेंगे, वो अपनी वही बोली भाषा बोलेंगे, इसी के जैसी हमारी मदर टंग होती है। चाहे हमारे ऊपर किसी भी देश का कब्जा हो जाए, हमें हमारी मदर टंग को कभी नहीं भूलना चाहिए। और कोई भी व्यक्ति हमारी मदर टंग को नहीं भूलता है तो जर्मन यहाँ पर वापस आ भी जाएंगे, जर्मन यहाँ पर कब्जा कर भी लेंगे, तो क्या हम हमारी मदर टंग को भूल पाएंगे? अब फ्रांस को ये समझ में आने लगा है कि क्यों मिस्टर एम हैमेल इतने फोर्स करते थे उसको कि वो अपनी मदर टंग पढ़े। So the last lesson raises the burning question very innocently through the words of little Franz that will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? This raises the question of imposing a language on others. The child questions that when even the birds and animals cannot be forced to abandon their language, then what forces a man to enforce a language of others? So this is the next part. Whenever I looked from my writing, I saw Mr. Hamel sitting motionless in his chair and gazing first at one thing, then at another, as if he wanted to fix in his mind just how everything looked in that little schoolroom. Fancy for 40 years. Fancy means think. For 40 years he had been there in the same place with his garden outside the window and his class in front of him. Here, Franz is notifying the helplessness and the very unavoidable condition of Mr. M. Hamel, and he had pity for him. He said that, fancy, you just think, for 40 years he had been there in the same place. For 40 years, Mr. M. Hamel, he was sitting there, and suddenly he had to go now with his garden outside the window and his class in front of him. Just like that, only the desks and benches had been worn smooth. Everything was same, just the desks and benches had become old. The walnut trees in the garden were taller. The walnut trees which might have been planted by M. Hamel himself, the teacher himself, they have been just became taller, and the hopvine that he had planted himself twined about the windows to the roof. How it must have been broken his heart to leave it all, poor man. So वो कह रहे हैं कि छोटे छोटे पेड़ पौधे, डेस्क, बेंचेस, इन सबको छोड़ के जाने में मिस्टर हैमेल को कितना दुख होता होगा, वो कितना दर्द महसूस करते होंगे। फ्रांस इस बात को रियलाइज कर रहा है, ऐसा बच्चा, लेजी बच्चा जो बिल्कुल भी समझदार नहीं था, आज इन सारी बातों को फ्रांस आपके सामने, हमारे सामने रख रहा है, और उसको जो है बड़ा बुरा लग रहा है मिस्टर हैमेल की कंडीशन सोचकर। How it must have been broken his heart to leave it all, poor man, to hear his sister moving about in the room above, packing their trunks. और उतने में उसने सुना कि मिस्टर हेम हैमेल की जो सिस्टर है वो ऊपर ट्रंक भर रही है, मतलब सामान पैक कर रही है, और अब इनको निकल कर यहाँ से जाना है। For they must leave the country the next day, only the next day, बिल्कुल दूसरे दिन इस देश को छोड़कर उनको अपने शहर में जाना है, फ्रांस में जाना है। So there are some difficult words, friends, in this. Gazing means looking intently, looking very much closely. Fix in mind means to or keep forever, and twinned mean twisted. Twinned mean twisted. Look where twinned word has arrived. Twinned. Yes, twin, yes. See, twinned. He had planted himself twinned about the windows to the roof. He was talking about the tree which has now been twisted in upper direction. In between writing, Franz looked at Mr. Hamel, who sat still and stared at the different things in the classroom in succession, as if he wanted to memorize the appearance of everything before leaving. So Mr. Hamel had been teaching at the same place for the last 40 years. The only changes were that the desk in the classroom had worn out due to use over the years. The walnut trees in the garden outside had grown taller, and the hopwin on the outer wall of the school building had climbed the up to the roof. Only these changes have been there. In this way, Franz developed a never before love for Mr. M. Hamel, and he thought everyone, even the flowers and the leaves in his garden, are mourning of Mr. M. Hamel's departure. Their teachers depart. Mourning means feeling sad, expressing grief. So, this is all for today, my dear friends. I hope, like my earlier lessons, you also like this video. And I have posted this video on my personal YouTube channel and the school's YouTube channel, and I will send the necessary link to you also, along with the PPT, the PowerPoint presentation, as well as the PDF file of this lesson. So with this lesson you will have 5 lessons in your pocket since 15th to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and this lesson. So thank you very much. Thank you. We will meet tomorrow again. Thank you.